You guys are special because here's two in the same day. And this is called Waldo the Jumping Dragon. Waldo was a jumping dragon, a jumping, laughing dragon, a jumping, laughing, friendly dragon, and he never looked where he was going. One day, Waldo was jumping higher and higher down a path through the woods. Of course, he wasn't looking where he was going, and so he hit a mountain. Boink, 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 slam! And then he fell upon a knight, who dropped to the ground with a loud clang and a thud. "Oof," said the knight, his face getting red. "Excuse me, friend knight," said Waldo, as he helped him to his feet. "Jumping horned toads," yelped the knight, grabbing his sword. "I see a real live dragon. I must slay him before he frightens everybody in the kingdom." Oh, that poor knight, he fell on him. "How do you do?" said Waldo with his friendliest smile. "I'll show you how I do," said the knight, and he swung his sword at the dragon. Of course, Waldo easily jumped over the swinging sword. "Jumping dragons are very rare," shouted the knight as he chased after Waldo. "I must capture him." "Hi-ho, what a show!" laughed Waldo, and he bounced merrily down the road. The angry knight gave chase and shouted for Waldo to stand still. Look at him run. He chased the jumping dragon over a river, and he chased him over a wall. There's the river, and there's the wall. Waldo laughed with glee, for no mere knight could ever catch him. But again, Waldo wasn't looking where he jumped, and he landed right in the middle of the king's castle yard. The king turned to his wife, the queen, and said, "Good heavens, my dear, I do believe a dragon has landed nearby." "Oh," said Waldo, catching his breath. There's the king and queen. When the queen saw Waldo, she held her crown so it wouldn't break and fainted dead away. "My name is Waldo," said Waldo to the king, and the king held his crown and fainted dead away too. "I guess they had never met a friendly jumping dragon before," said Waldo with a toothy smile. There she is. She fainted. And the king fainted too. And look at that toothy grin. Then from the top of the castle wall, the knight jumped and landed on Waldo. "Oof," said Waldo, blowing a great deal of smoke into the air. "Aha," laughed the knight, holding Waldo around the neck. "I've caught you at last." Do you suppose he really captured him? "That you have, sir," said Waldo with a grin, "but there is a question as to who caught who." And he pointed towards the ground, which was several hundred feet below them. Waldo had jumped again. "Help!" shouted the frightened knight, hanging on to the jumping dragon's neck. "Help!" "Hang on tight, Sir Knight," said Waldo, and then did a loop-the-loop, the loop-the-loop. And around he goes. "Isn't that fun?" laughed Waldo, not looking where he was going as they dropped through the clouds. Before the poor knight could answer, they hit a tree. Luckily, some bushes broke their fall. Enough, shouted the knight, throwing his helmet to the ground. See, he threw his helmet. He was mad. A jumping dragon is rare. On that I do agree. But a jumping dragon who doesn't watch where he's bouncing can destroy a suit of armor, including the knight wearing it. And with that, he ran away from the spot and was never seen in the kingdom anymore. There goes the knight, running away. Waldo was sad for just a minute because he'd rather liked the knight, but then he picked himself up and gave a little jump just to see if he could. He could, and soon he was bouncing through the fluffy white clouds, saying, "I'm the highest, flyingest, happiest dragon in the whole world." And he jumped over a steeple, saying hello to some pigeons. See the pigeons? Then he hopped a fence, a tree, and some cows. He even began jumping backwards to show off to some birds. "You'd better watch out," shouted a seagull. "You'll get in trouble for sure," screeched the seagull's friends. But Waldo just laughed again and jumped higher than ever. Higher and higher he bounced. And since he was not watching where he was going, Waldo jumped right smack dab. Where do you suppose he jumped? Off the page. Oops! There he goes. See you soon.